today. The world we know's about to waste away. On both sides and in between, we're seeing.
Are you the one who was upstairs?
She called Leanne to come help her, and Leanne wouldn't come.
I said it'll be fine. My name is
Amanda
Amanda.
and Leanne and Nancy.
I was
Do you want to
house
tell me?
sitting. Sure. So I was house sitting back in July for 3. So night 1, the furniture was rearranged at that time. This couch was where you're sitting,
Okay.
back against the wall, and I was so uncomfortable that I was afraid to go upstairs. Because when I would go upstairs, it just felt off. I don't know. I just wasn't comfortable staying upstairs.
Like
So
somebody's watching you, or
yes, like somebody's watching you. So I left my things upstairs, but the first night I knew I was not going to sleep in that room. I heard some weird things. I'm going to tell you because I just think it's important to note.
yeah.
I heard a woman talking from the basement. The dogs went crazy. The dogs heard it.
When you heard
I heard that, yeah. That was the first thing that happened.
was it coming from like the fireplace area, or
Out through this door
Uh-huh.
and around through the hallway is the downstairs, the lower level.
okay?
So that's where it sounded like it was coming from. It sounded like a woman.
We think that was the home base, the room of the lady who was the slave.
Nelly.
Okay, so this house is built in about 1850.
Well, we know it was here in 1850. We don't really know when it was built.
So at least
Yeah, it's at least 1850.
1850. Okay. And do you know of anybody who's passed in the house? Probably multiple.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. I don't particularly know that.
Do you know of any kind of ominous happenings? Look at that.
I went to look throughout the house because I did hear it and the dogs barked, so I know they heard it too. As I walked into the kitchen, the TV turned on. The TV that's in the kitchen turned on.
That got to be kind of handicap.
When I went to investigate the voices I heard,
Uh-huh.
I walked past the little TV in the kitchen and it turned on. Okay, so I'm already scared. So I'm scared. I'm sleeping here on that couch.
Were you here by yourself that time?
Totally alone. Yes. I had the dogs here. The dogs were here.
Mhm.
I slept here the whole. This is night 1. I slept on the couch. Didn't even try to sleep upstairs. Night 2, I attempted to sleep upstairs. I was still a little uneasy and scared. I felt a little better. So I went to bed about 11. And as I lay, mind you, there are no vents. There's no heat vents, air conditioning. Nothing was on in that room. No fan on, nothing.
This was summertime.
Summertime. No draft.
Mm.
The closet door was completely closed when I walked in. When I laid down in the bed, lay there for a few minutes. It wasn't immediate. The bed faces the closet. All of a sudden, it was so intentional. The door at this pace right here, just so slowly opened. I mean, it was intentional. It wasn't a draft.
And it
wasn't.
sticks.
Does that
sticks.
typically
We can show
happen?
you. No, it sticks. You have to fight to open it.
Yeah, it's not an easy door to open.
So it just slowly
It just-
creeped open, and it's not known for doing that.
And it felt intentional. It felt like something was trying to scare me. It felt something was trying to scare me. And so I get up and I'm petrified of it. You have to walk across the room to turn the light on.
Well, that makes sense though, because if it knows it can scare you,
Yeah,
it's gonna gain strength by scaring you.
well it did.
Right. So it got what it wanted.
So I finally got my nerve up to walk across the room and turn the light on and look in the closet and close the doors, and then I came straight back down here to sleep on the couch. It took me a long time, but I finally was able to fall asleep. And then I had a dream, and in my dream, but it was the kind of dream that just feels so real. I mean, like it's happening. And in my dream, I was looking at myself laying on the couch in my dream. And
Have you ever had that in a dream
Never.
before?
No, it was like I was looking at me, watching this happen.
Right.
And this African American gentleman, very gently and lovingly, put his hand on top of my head. And I could feel it and I could see it. I was watching it, and then I woke up. but it felt like a very, very protecting, like
And it
a
was.
very comforting and very protecting hand there. That was the only things that happened that night. I made it through the night, and Nancy came home the next day. I told her about all this very excitedly, and I think that the hand was a gentleman named Philip, who was kind of the butler here.
I remember you telling me that.
Occupied the house, and was sort of her major domo, her butler, her driver. He did everything for Charlotte. All the ladies in the town wanted a Philip, just like him.
Right.
But anyway, he's lived here. I don't think he lived in the house. I really don't know if he lived in the house, but he stayed with Charlotte until he died. And I bet you that was Philip.
I would say so. I would say so. More than likely. And so, did you say something about a female?
Yes, there was in 1855, on the town census, the family that lived in this house was George Washington Spots's. George Washington Spots was a lawyer on Main Street.
Mm.
And in the house, in the listing of the occupants of the household, was a lady by the name of Nellie Hawley. Now, Nellie, we think that Nellie was probably the matriarch of that family. And we think she lived in that room right under here.
It feels uncomfortable to me in Nellie's room, which is below.
Leading up to the second meeting.
I've only been downstairs once, and I was uncomfortable. The 2 days that I was here alone, I was too scared to go downstairs.
Did you hear this noise? This is the K2 meter. This one makes noise when it's getting hits on it.
It keeps jumping up.
Yeah, it keeps going up to a red, which is unusual. Oops.
What
It's
does that mean?
distracting. Well, it's getting hits on the K2 meter means it's getting spikes in the electromagnetic field. And then this one, some of them pick up different, like high frequencies, low frequencies. They can manipulate a lot of these things. Everything here has hit already. I mean, within the first...
It's really unusual.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
But the truth of the matter is, there's no scientific proof for it. Joy just researches it to continue to try to figure out more.
Understand it.
Right.
To get for it to go
So you
on.
like literally really pretty much gotta touch it. Alright, look at that. And I am not close enough to be doing that right now.
Normally we have that much further away from us.
I am not close enough to be setting it off.
So that everyone can believe it. Shall I just move it? And
No,
reset-
wait
and
a
reset it?
second.
No? Okay.
I just want to see what it's doing.
Well, the REM pod almost never goes off. That's the only time I've been
We're sucking up your batteries. That's what we're doing.
Oh, that's alright. That's what we want them to suck up the
I
battery.
feel so justified right now.
Well,
in
this-
fact, almost smug.
A little bit.
As long as you don't get nervous about it,
No, absolutely nothing to fear.
Well, I just so much happened in those 2 days. I feel like it sounds like I'm making it up, but I
I
swear
saw you when I
every
got back.
bit of it is the
You look
honest to
pretty
God
serious
truth.
on that, huh?
With the hair.
Right. Well, so I was telling Amanda.
See
Joy-
that went
Yeah.
off on
Did
its
he do
own.
that?
No.
Joy wanted my
Yes.
nephew to accompany us because there's supposed to be a 10-year-old child in the house with curly hair. So
Children are always, more sensitive to it. No, he's gonna set it off and it'll scare him. Watch. No, he's not setting it off. Is there anybody in this house that would like to make their presence known? How many spirits are in this house? It said 4 or 1. Definitely. That was a voice. Most of what we're gonna get It. No, it's not picking up radio stations. Voices. But I couldn't tell you what it's actually saying until at the end when I'm reviewing. Now, who knows what that one said? It did sound like it said Hal. How many women are in this room right now? What is the name of our paranormal group? What day of the week is it today? What is today? What is today? What is today? What is this? What is the homeowner's name? Can you light up a green rod? Who opened the door of the closet upstairs when Amanda was up there? Was it him growling? Can you tell me your name? Who touched Amanda's hand in the dream? What was his name? It sounded like it just. It sounded like it just. It sounded like it just said Philip again. How many women are in this room right now? What day of the week is it today? What is today? What is today? What is today?
It said Saturday. I heard it.
Who opened the door of the closet upstairs when Amanda was up there? Who's here with us? Can you tell me your name? Because who's that? Who lit up the green rod? Tell me your name. Who touched Amanda's hand in the dream? What was up in the closet upstairs? What was in the closet? How many spirits are in this house? How many how many how many spirits are in this house? Cooperate, or if they're gonna be difficult. Yeah, she needs some help. Is there anybody upstairs? How many dogs live in this house? When we first came in, I turned everything on, it started at a 1 or a 2, and it went all the way up to a 7. And then when I sat it down, it went up to a 5.0, 4.9, 4.8, but now it's at a 0.2.
So has the spirit gone away?
No, that's good as far as your house isn't got that high of an an electromagnetic field. That's good. I mean, you don't want to be in a house that has high
But if
electric.
it had 7 just a little while ago.
A 0.7.
0.7.
Yeah, 0.7. Okay, see, that is not me. You see that going off now?
We didn't do that.
I didn't put my hand anywhere near that thing.
No.
You have to come literally this close.
Yeah, no, there was nothing around it.
Calibrate it.
You were right, Amanda. You were just right. Thank you.
There's definitely, I would say absolutely there's something here. Without a doubt. All these lights going on and off like that. Red, green, you know, just all that craziness. This has gone off a couple times. This doesn't usually go off. We don't get this to go off hardly at all. You have to go this way.
Yeah.
But that's what it
See,
did.
now when I calibrate it, see, it'll make this noise, or when I calibrate, it'll take the high pitch. And then when you calibrate it again, it'll go to the low.
But you have to be within a half inch or touching it to make it go off.
It's acting crazy.
Well, I don't know what it's telling me.
Whatever was in that closet, although it scared the crap out of you, doesn't mean it was something bad. Maybe it was somebody curious. Like, sometimes I'm sensitive, and I'll feel like something's behind me. And I'm like, I can feel that something is like right up on my back. And I'll take one of these devices and I'll put it up here and you get a reading. Lights will be going off and it's like, you know, I did feel it. You know what I mean? So you want to put like something happening together with an instrument showing, you know, that something is
Well,
there.
you're documenting.
Right, right, right. We're trying to document it, and we're always trying to learn more about it by doing the investigation.
Goes having a ball in
You know, if you say you shut it off, it thinks you did. And the minute he said he shut it off,
It went red and stayed red.
Yeah, of course I'm filming it now.
red, yellow, green.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Look at that thing going off. It looks like it's Christmas lights.
Mother, no, you got that.
Look at it, it's draining my battery.
Wow.
See it go down to red? Gorgeous. So this room makes you feel, that's what I'm talking about.
I
This,
opened my mouth, it stopped.
of course.
Oh, look at it.
It's just going crazy.
Amanda's
Let's do a spirit box session. Is there anybody in this room that would like to make their presence known? How many spirits are in this house? Do you guys want to ask any questions? No? Think of something. I'm drawing a blank.
Is there anyone in here that would like to
Make their presence known.
make their presence known to Amanda?
Uh-oh. Do you know Amanda? How many people are in this room right now? How many are in this room? For women.
What's your name? What's your name?
Look at the red lights moving ever so creepily. I want to see something here. Definitely talking. Can you light on the tribal meter? Can you light up the green light on this one? What's the dogs' names? What are the names of the dogs? Did you used to live here?
Someone with us that had resigning state here.
Did you say Bacchus?
Are you Marvin? Are you Marvin Gillespie?
Marvin, join us here.
Or Charlotte? Are you Charlotte?
Do you know the name of our paranormal group? What's our group called? It's kind of hard to focus.
How?
It did say Hal. It definitely said Hal. Where did they go to?
Keep going. Yeah, you're right.
You see what I mean?
That's the one that opened?
Really? Still miss. Pulling on this door.
And that opened up. Well, maybe it was more or less humidity then.
Well, there's an air conditioner that was on there, and I mean, it was probably pretty. It was like, yeah, okay.
It was getting creepy. Who opened that closet door when Amanda was sleeping up here?
Just change it.
Who opened that door when Amanda was up here? When she was sleeping up here, who opened that door? This seems to be so loud. Is it loud or is it me?
I've never taken my hearing aids off before. Is there volume control at all?
That's on low. Amanda, was that door sticking like that when
It was not sticking like it was. It was probably more like that. Well, it was probably like this. I had to guess. But the thing is, even if you pull on this and leave it like there, it doesn't. There's
continue?
But you didn't get up and pull on it anyway.
No.
So it continued to
It
open.
went all the way, just exactly.
Little by little by little like that, huh?
It stopped here, natural, when I hit it, but this opened.
It opened all the way.
All the way as far as it would open.
Was that little luggage holder thingy there?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Unplug it here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you hear that? It's talking something. I thought it said help. Let's see how this one goes. I'd like to leave it even without. Let's see. Hello? Who opened that door when Amanda was in here? When she slept over? Who opened that closet door? What's your name? Who's lighting up those rods on that T-bar? Who's lighting up those rods on there? Can you light up a green rod? There's a green. Thank you. Who did that? Red and green. Can you light up that periscope? Yeah. Can you light the periscope? Who stays in that closet? A man or a woman? Is that a man or a woman?
Man.
It said man? What's your name?
Thomas or Donald.
Was it? What's your last name, Thomas? What is your last name? Did you used to live here? Did you pass away here? Is anybody making any little noises? Nobody's making any verbal noises? Because I'm here.
There's a very low tone here. I can feel through my hand when it comes through here.
That's why I'm like,
And I
are
don't-
we?
And I don't,
That's why I'm looking around going, is anybody talking?
and I don't feel it except in that real low.
It said Thomas. Thomas, did you pass away in this house? Did you pass away in this house? Who's Thomas? Thomas?
Thomas, we're glad you're with us. Let us know who else is with you tonight.
Thomas, are you the one that was in the closet? You heard Kevin? Is it evil? Evil. Is that the name of the family? Are there any spots in this house? Any spirit of any spots? To me. What is the woman's name that I just heard the female voice? What's her name? What is the female's name? Are there any spots in this house? Do you know what the dogs' names are?
When I was here in this room, because I was so frightened, before the door opened, I had all the lights on in the hall. Every light that could possibly be on. So that's how I could see
The door opening?
the door opening. It was not dark in here because all the lights in the house were on except for that light.
Turn the light out and see how much light is on there.
Do you want the lights on or off? It'll answer. Watch. Do you want the lights on or off? Can you knock on something for us? Can you knock twice? Who was in the closet opening that door when Amanda was here, spending the night? Who opened the door to that closet?
It's how he comes out of the closet, don't you?
You see that? Can you light up the green lights again for us? Can you light up as many lights on that T-bar as you can? Just light them all up. Who stays in the closet? Sounds like, coming out of the closet. Like, did you hear that? It's like a dark, sinister, raspy. Let's go see what else is. Beautiful. So cool. Yeah, with all the fireplaces and.
Yeah, there are a lot of, yeah.
I'm very curious though what year it was built. You don't know, huh?
We know it was here in 1850, but and probably not much before that. These three houses, the Litz house back there, this house, and the Strauss house,
Uh-huh.
were all about the same vintage.
Cool.
And they all of them were lawyers. So we tell them when they walk down to Main Street and do their lawyerly things.
Lawyer things.
Come home for lunch and go back.
Cool. You know how I notice when you're holding that? That it'll light up things when you're not looking at it. You'll be looking out and I'll be looking down there.
I can tell the lights were going off, so I looked down to see what was going on and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, see, and then this one, and then
Oh, nice.
see, this looks right down on Bad Corner. You can throw rocks and hit people driving down the road.
Oh, really? My men in my life are dogs too.
Can't beat it.
From what I heard, the men in your life were dogs anyway.
And they still are.
But see, this room was not. There's no insulation. Just the fireplace.
Something's creaking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's because the floor, see, is bouncing.
It's probably just.
It's me jumping up and down. I'm doing it.
Well, it sounds like it's coming from
Yeah,
inside.
everything is wrong.
Yeah.
But no, that's not.
Probably just the fact that we've.
That's just, you know.
Is Nellie with us tonight? We'd like to hear your presence.
Man, now see how this one's getting real quiet?
Mm-hmm. Is the battery running down? Must have been.
Yeah. Hello? Actually,
Just bring the battery box.
oh,
down.
you mean for the,
It sounds like it's getting quiet completely.
yeah, it's dying down.
I just don't know which battery you need. I'll bring the box.
We just
down.
get new, speakers.
Oh, another speaker.
Put a new speaker on it.
I'll just take this one with me then. Oh.
Well, we could put that obnoxious one on here. This sticks to the bottom. I got like a whole bunch of these speakers for this. But that one's too loud.
So what's making the noise now, though? It's just one right
This
here?
without a speaker.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. You don't like that?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. I agree. Let's go find a spot and get comfortable.
We can go back up to the living room.
Yeah, I liked it up there. That was good.
It seemed to be the most response. And it came early. I mean, normally you have to wait around. Is there any spirit in the room with us? Can you communicate with us?
I accept it.
What a beautiful front porch. That's so pretty.
It's because of proximity, isn't it? That it's doing that. Do it again.
I don't really ever think so. It never seems to follow a pattern to me other than what it wants to do. But what's amazing, this one will go off fairly often, but this one almost never goes off. When
See, it was,
Yeah.
but now it's quit.
Yeah. When we go places, the periscope almost never goes off. I
That
mean, yeah, the 360 goes off a fair amount. But that does seem like it's you there, doesn't it?
Everything just a second ago when you had your back to me.
Oh, yeah.
This was going, this was going.
Well, the periscope's been going crazy tonight, which is so
And the
unusual.
periscope don't usually go.
No. And that's when
And I put all fresh.
Nancy kept thinking maybe she could control that with her hand.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with it. And this thing went off here.
And of course, what she was pointing out to me was, it does seem like we can control. It was doing it with Nancy and me when we'd come over. It wouldn't do it on this side, but it would do it on this side when we both did it. It'd follow our hand.
And it's funny when you think you got it and you got to figure it
Yeah.
out and then you go like this.
Yep. And nothing happens.
The numbers on here. Still in it too. So you guys thought you had it going like this?
Yeah,
I was
it was.
I was showing Joy how we were controlling it,
Yeah,
and it
it
won't.
was
And
this-
see how it won't let me do it now.
yeah, it was. This was going. I mean, it was like piano, up and down, up and down. And it quit.
And that one doesn't typically have a lot of
That's what
activity
I
on it.
said.
And this thing going off like that really blew my mind too. And we were sitting here, we were ignoring it. I was like, doo-doo.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that's
good to
stay
not
up
have
all
any
night.
regrets. That's good.
Right.
Hey, look.
Oh yeah, it likes you. Look at that. Ooh.
Yeah,
Shut the noise
talk
down.
about it and stops.
Yeah. Can you grab me a 9-volt battery out of that little case, Al? Oh, there it is. It's a 0, 0. And that's where you want it to be. And look at in this K2 I got back on it.
So where is it now?
It's not going up at all.
0.
0, 0.
And you
No,
want
I
it? You want
should.
it on 0, 0?
She wants it on 0, 0. You don't want to have electromagnetic field in your house. It can cause a lot of bad things. for
Okay,
your health.
but I thought when that started going up, it indicated possibly a presence. with
Right.
us.
So
Okay.
does that mean there's no presence?
At this moment.
Didn't one make that thing beep?
Well, it did. That these things come in waves. Like they'll never be
Yeah.
constant. You know what I mean? You'll get your peaks and your valleys. But like this thing wouldn't shut up. I finally turned it off. And this is at a 0. That's good for your house. Definitely don't want that to be registered at 5.0. That's really high. And we were talking about a 0.1, up to a 0.7, and the next thing you know, it was at a 5.0. That's dangerously high. So I'm glad that
Do you
that's
think
at
that
0.
could have been just equipment malfunction?
Now let's see. We're gonna test it for real.
But again, Joy,
I just wanna
what
see
you're
this.
what you're saying is if it jumped up to a 5, that could have been a presence in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
So where
Here
did
it
it
is.
go?
Look at it.
Point
Going
2
up.
again.
Now that was a 0.2, I guess.
Yeah, this is a 0.2. 0.4. Can you see it? 0.5. 0.7. 0.6. See it? 0.5. 0.4.
Now where is it? There it is.
And look at the K2 is hitting again. 0.4. 0.5. 0.4. 0.5.
What kind of presence make that go up higher, please?
You got that on recording? You got a red dot?
I have a red dot.
Okay. If I can remember which buttons. Okay. Well, we can try it like, let's see. That's too quiet.
Of course, the periscope's
Look at
having a
it
ball.
going. That's what it says when I put it down here. And we're getting 2 lights on the
It's
K2
like you say closer. It's closer to the
to the floor, like maybe to the basement.
to Nellie's room.
Nelly, 0.5.
Is there a presence with us this evening that would give us your name, please?
Now it's down to 0, 0.
It's up here. Wow. How many spirits are with us? How many spirits are in this house?
Are you Nellie Holly?
Is that her name, Nellie Holly?
Nellie Holly.
You ask me a question, and then I'll pull my name out.
Are you Nellie Holly?
Is Nellie Holly in this house? When we put it on the floor, I bet you it'll go back to at least a 5. Here's 0. Nellie Holly, are you here with us? How many spirits are in this house? What's the name of the spirit that came out of the closet upstairs? Who are you? What is your name? I thought it sounded something like Abner. Ab something. This is something else. Tell me your name. How many dogs are in this room? I'm going to try to reverse the feedback one more time. Look at that.
Anyone with us that helped build the house?
Oh. It just blows my mind. Yeah, that was a window. Yeah. But definitely something with that house is not happy. What did you just say? Say it again. It's definitely, you want to interact with you, you should ask all the questions. What's this telling? Do you know who was in the closet when Amanda was asleep in the room upstairs? Can you tell us who it is?
Why don't we ask who opened the door? He doesn't necessarily live in that darn closet.
I want to get a definitive answer from that one. Uncle Blanket says. Were you in the closet? What is your name? Did you live in this house? Did it say no? Are there children with you? Who's lighting this 360 up? This is a 360. Can you spin it around and around in a circle? You can answer yes, no by red and green. Green being yes. Can you spin this around in a circle? Yeah. You just don't realize how much you get. At least a few of these are right on and we're oblivious to it. It is very difficult to tell what they're saying. Yeah, it really can be hard to hear them. And some of them I wonder if it's actually manipulated from what we're hearing. So when it's actually being recorded onto the camera, if it can talk directly onto the camera, wow. Did you see that? That? I just seen like a green light shoot across the floor. Yeah, did it do a spin? Spin? Sort of a half a spin. Wow. And then it went back from green to red. I just saw like out of the corner of my eye, it looked like it flashed it across the chair. Is there any spirits downstairs in the basement? Now we did a doc Holly, the doctor of the coal miners out in Bramwell. And we investigated his house, his old house, and he had 2 children or something. I mean, it was telling me children, boy, girl, and if they talk right onto the camera.
Are you talking to us now?
No matter how good investigation is, it never goes constant. Yeah. You know, it'll always. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Who's it up there? 360. What is your name?
No, the story. The story. Why don't you tell us a story?
Yes. Ooh. How old is this house? What year did they build this house? Trying to talk. Do you have kids? Oh, do you? How many?
2.
Boy and a girl?
No, 2 boys.
2 boys. Can you spin that light around? Spin that all the way around in a circle.
I believe they've just quit on us.
This room, can you make this thing go off again?
See, that sounded like
That was
musical note to me. That's what
That was
sounded like.
definitely something trying to talk.
You know, we've been getting along real well. We don't have any problems.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, and there's a .1 to that. Can you see them?
No, 0, 0.
Is it?
0, 1.
It works, Nancy. It does like her.
Purring.
Can you spin this around? Oh, thank you. What is your name? Who's lighting this up? Can you tell me your name?
2. It's 2 o'clock.
2.
Did you hear the clock?
What time does that clock say it is? I'm surprised it's not.
It is cold.
Talking
It's
a little
cold
bit
in
here.
here.
I think it feels cooler to me.
I'm fine.
Do you think the temperature's changed, or you think we feel something?
I think we might feel something because by now, with that power going, it should be really.
What does it say underneath the whatever number there? That's the temperature.
64.
Oh, see, that's
Well, it can't be 64 in here.
64 point.
Really?
That's what it said. That
Gosh,
says 64.8.
I think we'd be freezing if it was 64 in here.
65.0.
Huh. Well, you think that's accurate, Joy? Do you really?
Well, let me see what it said.
I used to have my little. I don't think I got it in the case right now. That little laser one. Like they take the temperature.
Oh, right.
It doesn't play
Right.
now.
See, it seems like a really bad radio station connection.
Right. If you can imagine, like, words coming through in that rough, gravelly. I'm hearing like talking in the background of that. You hear that?
There is.
That's from,
It
that's
is.
coming over there.
Yep, it's definitely there.
I don't think we should get that.
Is there a screen in front of that? No? Oh. Ooh, look at it. A lot of times between 3 and 4 is like the really most active hour. You know that, like the witching hour or the ghost time, bedtime, they call it.
Oh, we're up to 65.8 degrees.
Oh my. See, these things are going off. If anybody's here, can you light up this REM pod for me? Can you go by it and make it light up and make noise? This is really pretty. Is this what?
Glass.
Can I look at it? Sure. Wow, that's like a Picasso, huh?
Like a,
Picasso style.
I made it.
You
really
did?
It's just.
You made that? Oh, how beautiful. You did. He was telling me.
Yeah. Glass.
Yeah, that you dabble in the arts.
Yeah. Oh, we're up to 66.1. We're just getting toastier and toastier.
Wow, it's going fast.
And you thought you were cold, but no.
That's just like a static. Go by
Like,
the
yeah,
coil.
static electricity. Yeah.
Ooh wee. Hello. Who's lighting up that green rod? It said something. Are there any spirits in the basement? So your room's on this floor. Are there any spirits upstairs? Not talking. Not talking. Not talking. Are there any spirits upstairs in that closet?
We could take you up and put you to bed in the bed up there and see if the door opens.
I will set the camera up with you. No, thank you.
Poor Amanda.
It's tempting. It's tempting.
You need to do it in the interest of science.
Right.
I'm so tired now, though, that I wouldn't know. Well, the camera would have to.
That's what I mean. This would be the perfect time.
We could just set the camera up there, shoot it over towards the door.
Or we could all stand around and watch it. And she would.
Well,
You can sleep there, we'll just stare at her.
it might not show up. It might not show up with our presence, but it might just want to spook her, you know.
That's right.
As long as we capture it on the camera, who cares?
Can you light up this REM pod? You can't see through that cup, can you?
Oh, I forgot the part about when I heard the door close.
What happened?
On night 2, I heard a door close after I'd fallen asleep. After the dream,
In that room?
but I couldn't see and I didn't go up there. But the next day,
Oh, you
when
heard the door close upstairs.
yeah, I heard the door close upstairs. But
From
the
down
next
here.
day, when I went up there, I wasn't sure what was open and what wasn't, but I did hear a door close. It was about this. It was late. It was like early in the morning.
What time was it when you were in the room that it was opening?
Probably close to midnight. 11, something like that.
Bedtime.
It couldn't have been super late because you were getting off work around 11 when I texted
Yeah, I
you.
was still at
Yeah,
work.
so it was probably 11.
They're hitting on little kids and, you know, plays like he's a kid and catches them. Oh, everything's going off. You looking at that now? Wow, who's lighting up all those lights? What is your name?
Do you like Child Protective Services? Are you listening to the conversation?
A lot of times it's funny because a lot of times they are listening in and you'll see them react to certain things. Look at that. Wow.
You should come over here and talk to it. It wants to talk to you. You want to talk to Leanne?
Yes. Yeah, all the way to the right.
I'll give you this chair.
You know, when we go to places that have no power or nothing, no power, no toilets, no running water, we have been roughing it.
Yeah.
No heat.
Yeah.
But,
It's supposed to snow tomorrow. No, Monday. I think it's Monday.
it's really talking now.
Do you like snow?
Can you feel temperature?
Good question.
Are you cold?
They kind of be. When we were the other night, I felt that, there was no wind blowing, like you don't feel wind in here, even if it's windy out. And all of a sudden I get this gust of, right in my face, cold though. Colder than it was supposed to be. And he felt it, but he was facing me, but he felt it on the back of his neck. And I felt it right in my face.
Well, do you think that was something passing?
Something, yeah. I would say that was a spirit. And why it blew wind, I don't know. Maybe it whisked on by. I don't know. But it was, to me it was odd. You didn't really.
Oh, I felt it. It wasn't strong, but there again, I don't normally feel things anyway. It wasn't strong.
Like there was no wind in the house.
No, there's nothing in the house.
No wind, and then
I was even.
It felt pretty strong.
I was off to the side. Even if there had been a window leak or something, I wasn't in a position at that window to feel it.
Yeah. Well, I remember I asked her. I go, "Was that you?" Like I don't know what I was thinking. He's waving his hand. Right.
Yep.
It was a stupid question. But
Well, we were kind of. I was farther away from you than I am now. So.
Were you?
Yeah. So because the farther I get.
Felt that.
The further I get back, the more the room I can show if something goes by, so.
I wonder if my hair went like this.
Yeah.
It felt to me like
Be interesting to see.
It felt strong enough that I would have pictured blowing my hair a little bit, moving my hair at least. It can do a green light. I know it can do a green light. Oh, it just did green lights for you. They just all went off. Reds. Hello.
It says it's 68. I don't believe it.
What does that say?
That says 65.
Oh, it does?
It did a minute.
Are you cold, Nancy?
65 too.
Are you?
Leanne's cold. Look at her. She's
Ooh, look at that. Look at it. Oh, boy.
See, now, is that because
You're
See,
dancing with the spirit.
It's almost like it is your clothes with a static electricity or something.
I bet that's what it is.
You think? Put your jacket by there and see what it does.
Yeah, that seems to. Oh, that's strange. Maybe it took all the static out of the clothes in the process.
See when people think they got it figured out. Look, every time I go like this, it goes like this. I'm like, keep trying, and then you can't get it to go.
Yeah.
It's funny to watch people think they got it. Look at that. See what I can do.
Yeah, but I would have agreed with the static, but then it wasn't because nothing.
Right. Who's lighting those lights up? Who's talking to us? I can hear your voice. What's your name? I'll guarantee you there'll be
64.9 on
going
this.
down. Well,
Good.
Spirits are probably colder, I'm guessing.
I'm hoping one's visiting us.
This has a picture of a battery with an
No,
X on it.
no
Right
way.
there, isn't that it?
No way.
Did you just change that?
I just put a fresh battery.
Well, it's working hard to make us cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sucking all the heat out of the air.
And it's a 9-volt. I can't believe it.
Well, hopefully you'll get home and find a whole lot more on here than what we're hearing.
Well, at least the spirits will be well fed if
And-
they're eating the electricity out of them.
I was just thinking, the most random thought.
This one is as good as dead too. Well, yeah, might as well be.
You don't want to stick it back in the pier.
Nah, I'll probably pull those out.
Here's a
One. Yeah, that's a dud. Here, now that is a fresh crack.
so can you believe it? Surprise!
But you also don't have.
Ain't it?
Oh, 71.
Wow, did you see that thing going?
See, I'm
Of course, I'm at a bad angle for.
It's talking.
I just see the end of it. There we go.
Now I can adjust this too.
Of course, that
This
periscope.
is my own little invention, this little T-bar. Pretty proud of this thing.
well, it works great.
It does, doesn't it? You know, we used to carry around all these different instruments in like a little box. I used to have a little box. And after people would drop everything and I'd be watching it all hit the floor like, oh my god. There goes a fortune worth of equipment. And, there we go. So I got industrial strength, Velcro, and I made these little T-bars. And now we don't drop anything anymore. What do we got here now?
71.9 degrees and at 0.
It can't be that warm, is it?
It could be 71 on hold.
Well, when you hit hold, it'll just
Freeze wherever it was.
freeze, yeah, everything. That it's getting, like, the number
But
on
it never
your-
was 71.
But she was.
When I was holding it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
You were addressing the spirits.
yes.
I don't think they heard you.
Are you Native American? Are you an Indian? Did you fight in the war? Are you a soldier?
You guys are coming up with all the good questions now.
You think we should remove the Civil War soldier statue in front of the courthouse?
No. I hated that when they started wanting to knock all the statues down.
It answered that.
Did it?
I don't know
Did
what
it?
I couldn't understand what it said, but
Because that was something they could relate to back then, you know?
well, maybe that didn't go up till 1900.
I hate that they.
Yeah,
they
but I
wanna
mean,
tear
well,
all
that's
that
true.
stuff Down, don't you?
That's true.
Or-
It's history really before after.
Yeah, yeah.
So the house, the Ritz house, was built by Colonel Mays, right?
I believe that's right.
Who, after the war, built the Ritz Mansion.
What is it called? The
I
lift?
always
Ritz
thought
Mansion. It's right
that
there.
house was built about
Do you,
the same time or earlier.
do you like the Ritz Mansion?
Green.
How do you feel about the back of the dragon? Do you like motorcycles?
These are all good questions.
Do you want to talk more about the Ritz Mansion?
They like that one.
Do you like Colonel May's house?
We'll get green ones over there.
Did you work for Colonel Mays also? Samuel Mays.
You get on the car, and you're with a guide who's at least worked in the mine at least 10 years, and they go into the first area and they show the really old equipment where you got on your stomach and you hand drilled things, and they explained how it was done, and then they take you into an area where it's not really up to date equipment, not up to date equipment, but it shows you how the new equipment works.
Progression,
Yeah. Not nearly as big as it would be today, but it takes 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 56 degrees, you know. But it's quite interesting for people who've never had the
Oh, I was
opportunity.
fascinated by it. It was all over the place.
Yeah, well, that's why you were
Fun.
dirty. You can go through this
Yeah.
one and not get dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, hello. Are you getting tired of us now? Watching sci-fi with me. Sci-fi with me. Sci-fi with me. See? Do you like sci-fi?
Oh, there must be a spirit here that likes to just watch TV. That probably wasn't even accessible to some of you.
That's right. I'm here a lot, and I have never frozen in here. I was really cold.
Really? You think it was a spirit that made it cold?
I do. Maybe. 65. I was shivering. William was cold too. Yeah, I'm never cold.
Really? I'm definitely never cold.
I think that to me is very interesting. That it's so cold.
Look at that. Both ends. You like that green? Can you light up a green rod on that one? Oh, keep going. Keep walking. Oh, look at that. Wow.
See now,
You think that's your chair moving? That's doing it?
it sure is moving in tandem with the chair. Really cool. That's not, but this I think this side is a reaction to this movement.
Yes.
So you can see two of them sitting there saying, "Watch this,
Yeah.
watch this."
Watch
They're trying to talk to us, but listen to them try to talk to us.
Everything's going.
It's
They're
a
so
good thing
annoying.
Yeah.
It's how they.
It's a good thing it can't light this one up because that would freak me out. I would get freaked out.
But it did it before.
Trying to make it want to do it to freak me out.
Oh.
I'm trying to use reverse psychology.
I gotcha.
How long have we been tormenting each other?
You know, I guess it has been. It's been 3 years, I
About
guess,
3 years.
because we did a lot the first year, and then you hurt your ankle.
Do you go to Main Street? Do you go to Tazewell? Do you go to Jeffersonville?
You go anywhere.
Do you stay home all the time? 66.3. Why are you making it cold in here?
I think I should plug in a speaker that works.
Okay.
Should I?
Are any of you all
66
talking
point
over
three.
my left shoulder? Are you talking over Leanne's left shoulder?
That's Scotch. What's he saying?
Oh, did you hear that?
This is my right little. This is
right.
my left shoulder.
Oh, huh.
There is some voices coming through in there that sound pretty interesting.
Do you like to drink wine?
Like
I
your
think
moonshine?
they were good Presbyterians. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Did you drink
Mhm.
moonshine?
Yeah, they only drank moonshine.
I don't know. I don't know if they did.
Did you go to church?
Did you go to church? There was an answer.
There was an answer, there wasn't there?
66.1. I'm telling you all, this temperature is just going bananas.
Did you all go to church on Main Street?
Did you go to the Presbyterian church?
Were you a slave?
What religion were you? There's something there.
Mm-hmm. You're a woman.
Were you a slave?
Were you born in Tazewell?
I have to go stand by the fire.
Did you used to work in this house?
Do you know how to read?
Did you have a favorite horse? Now, does this have to point towards that to pick it up? What was your favorite horse's name?
Oh, get it, Al. We're getting run-bud. I didn't go anywhere near that. I didn't even move.
No, you didn't. I was standing here watching it.
So we need to talk about horses here, huh?
I'm like, what's beeping? What's beeping? Duh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I wondered why you didn't react.
I know. Buh, I know.
I know, he's over
Here,
there
you want this?
I'm like, going, what is that?
That's about the way I reacted to the REM pod when it went off in the house, too.
Now you're older and wiser.
Well, I don't know. I didn't seem to react fast enough.
Wow.
We did catch it, but I should have caught it much
And
earlier.
it has been going off here tonight.
And actually, it almost never goes off.
It doesn't. We'll leave that thing on.
I mean, it's very, very seldom that it ever goes off.
And when we did get it to go off, like at the Art Center, remember? On the stage?
Yeah, that's the only other place I ever saw it go off.
It was just barely lighting.
So
It wasn't beeping.
So is that, what is that telling you? That goes off?
Something with enough energy to it would be some sort of an entity is coming up to it. And getting close enough to the antenna. Oh, hello. I'm going to calibrate it. Oh. So it's getting close enough. Now I've seen, like my dog will go up to it, that'll set it off. You know, a living being will set it off. And then like a spirit.
Well, you weren't, there was nothing, you didn't do
I
it.
definitely wasn't close enough to that to set it off. And you literally gotta watch how close. I mean, you gotta basically touch it. So something has to go right up on it.
we were talking about a team of horses there.
Oh, there it goes again. None of us are anywhere near that.
Anyone here who rode side
Look at it
saddle?
go.
Oh, the life of a dog. So
Did you
rough.
own the farm? Did you make bricks?
Said no. Didn't make bricks. You got red there, and that was going up too. Who's lighting that up? A man or a woman?
We're going to assume that you visited the courthouse quite a bit. Did you help people there? Did you get people off? Did you throw people in jail?
That was a female. Gonna go green. Can you light that up green up there? Yeah, there it is. Thank you. Can you light it up red now? Can you light it up red for me? Can you light this one up for me again? Clearly they were curious, very curious. And all them lights going off and everything that it was doing was them coming close enough to be like, what do you got? What is that? What does this do? Well, coming in to look and then setting it off and maybe backing off. And
Yeah.
just a guess, you know.
Right.
Because you can't say for sure, but just, that's what I would guess. Yeah, there's definitely something here. And I think you'd have a hard time finding a house this old, with this much history, to not have something still here. And especially after you brought it back from ruin to back to the beauty it is now, that things would want to linger. And I don't think that anything here is malicious at all, though, really. Something scared you, but maybe that wasn't its intent. It definitely wanted to make itself known to you. But I mean,
Well, you'll just have to give it another spin.
I don't know. Honestly, don't know if I.
you got a little camera or a video thing on your phone or anything?
Yeah.
Set it up at the door and.
You're so exhausted now. You could sleep up there, no problem.
Nothing would face me right now.
Yeah, but see if it would maybe you'd be up there opening and shutting the door. Hello. It might be really active. She ain't getting up. You know, who knows?
Like slam the door.
Oh yeah, because what you were up there,
Yeah, and then I came down here.
and then you could still hear stuff the same night.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like around this time, like 3:30-ish is when I heard the door close.
really.
Wouldn't it be funny if
Didn't
heard
you say
one
you
close
heard-
right now?
You said you heard doors closed before.
I'm not surprised at all.
Have you been closing doors?
Who closes the doors? Tell us who closes the doors here. Who opens the doors?
Is it Thomas?
Adam?
Well, we'll know later.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say right now what we did or didn't get. And no matter how much I think I know we got a lot or we got a little or...
Yeah.
I'm never
Remains
right.
to be seen.
Yeah, I'm never right till I go over it. And sometimes I just get literally blown away. Where I'm like, what? And it's 3 in the morning. I can't call anybody. And I'm like, yeah. It's just like, I gotta tell somebody. Nobody's awake. I don't want to bother anybody. But yeah, some crazy stuff. Sometimes we get apparitions. I've caught a few things. You know.
I'll be surprised if you find that here.
Never know. Never know. When we caught that apparition, we were at the old Elks building in Bluefield.
Which one?
The old Elks building.
Oh,
By the Ramsey. By the Art Center.
I haven't been in the Elks with you, have I? Okay,
I was in there twice.
okay.
2 different investigations, and Frank was running the camera. And I tell Frank, I says, just run the camera. You know, and I was off in some room across some creaky floor, and he's going through the room like this, and lo and behold, this apparition walks out and turns and disappears. Yeah. And then Concord College, Survey Hall over there, caught an apparition.
Oh, really?
Yes. That was pretty creepy. They had this one room, one dorm room that they didn't want us to go, that they told me, there's only one room that's off limits. It's because the floor is a little messed up. We'll just keep you out of there. Oh, okay, no problem. We'll just lock the door so you know, they open every other door for me. And so some of these rooms had bathrooms that were shared. And so you go in the one door that is open, go into the bathroom, and then, you know, there's another door. You just try the other door. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I'm in the off-limit room. And that room had something very dark, very spooky in it. And so I'm opening the door. I'm in the room I shouldn't be in. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. I'm opening the door to the bathroom, and like we're starting to head back out of the room, and the door goes boom, and pulling the door, boom, like it hit the wall or something, or like a stopper at the back, on the, like they put them in the floor. Bam! I mean, I hit it hard and stopped it. And I go, whoa, what the heck? And I close the door, again to look behind it. What is it? And I go, that's weird. And I go like this, and the door opens all the way up and goes all the way to the wall. There was nothing. Something like kicked that door from behind the door as I open it. Bam. Freaky. It was really cool. And then when we went down to the floor below it, I knew I was right below the room we weren't supposed to be in. I'm just like panning across the room. We were allowed in that room. And I'm panning across the room and you see something, it's in the closet. That's out of the view. Now I'm forgetting what my story was. So anyhow, I was in the baptism chamber, and at one point, it slammed the freaking door on my head. Tried to slam it on my head. Caught my finger, cut the Mama was with us then. Mama's going, Joy, get out of there. And I was like, something just tried to attack me. Now I'm pissed, and I'm going, I'm not getting out of here. And I got really mad, and I'm going, is that all you got? And I was really pissed because something came at me, and now I'm coming back at you. This is the video. There's the videos on YouTube. They're all on YouTube. I'm looking, and I go, this is the mountain, and I'm looking out these windows. There's no glass in the windows, and I see taillights. I thought they were taillights. What they were was red eyes. This is the side of the mountain, and down the roads are down there, so like the taillights would have been down there, and I seen them go past one window into the next window, and I'm going, you see me because they're filming me, and my head's turning like this. I'm going, is there a road there? Well, what is that? Because I'm seeing two red eyes. And then found out later that they look up at this church up on the mountain, people say they see red eyes looking out of it.
You saw it.
I saw them like right there. I mean, they were right there. I'm going, is there a road right here? When I first started out, it was just me and my girlfriend. And I wanted to keep it an all-female team. And then Frank came along, and then Hal came along. Now it's me and two guys. Me and Hal and Frank came along.
We're better steady tired of facts. We eat them up, but we don't react. We've set ourselves up for this fall. Now our backs up against the wall. What can we do? We all cry as she dies. Is there nothing we can say or do? Trying to stay alive. Will we all survive? The answer lies inside of me.